She lives her life very purposeful, and I think it's especially at this time of year, she's going to take us through through an exercise and really a pause to focus on certain things in our lives. So Shayla, the rest of the call is yours. For those that I didn't hand it off to, as I usually do, just blame Aaron Gordon, but I wanted to make sure we got Shayla on between at the latest 1:35. So Shayla, take it away.
Cool. Thank you, Andy. This is an exercise that I do at least once a year, sometimes twice a year. I just did it at an LO retreat. There was 80 of us that did it. I do it with my husband, and oftentimes I do it 2 or 3 times because every time I teach it, I redo it. What I find is it helps me really analyze my life, what my priorities have been, what my goals are, and just have this self-awareness about where I focus my time and attention. I seem to get the best of life in those areas. So this started for me initially with the mission of having balance. I've been trying to achieve quote unquote balance since I was 16 years old, and realized that I was a pretty aggro kind of a person with a lot of intensity and passion, and that can tend to really make me narrow focused. In fact, I remember one day when Galen said to me, my husband, he said, you know, it's not really sexy to be one dimensional. And I remember thinking like, dude, screw you. Do you know what it takes to be massively successful? You have no idea. And but at the same time, I knew he was right. I do believe there is a time to be absolutely obsessed if you have big goals, and you've got to just focus, and sacrifice is a part of it. But there's also a point where we need to make sure that we aren't letting things completely fall apart to the point where we don't have our health. And then we can't be the parent or spouse or brother, sister, leader, loan originator that we want to be, or that we've completely neglected our kids and we live with so much guilt and shame that now we can't engage in other ways. So it's really about not letting the plates drop on the floor. How do we keep things spinning, and how do we have awareness around what we're doing? So we're going to do the Wheel of Life exercise. I believe that Alicia sent it to everybody. Can we confirm? Can you put your hand in the air if you have an email with the Wheel of Life attachment? Cool. So my wish is that we do this together and we just bang it out. I don't know about you, but how often do you stop and have 20 focused minutes to really think about your life and set goals? Most of us don't do that on a regular basis. So we have this opportunity. It's right here, right now. We could either look at emails and look at chats and feelings anxious about something else, or we could go, this is an opportunity. I'm going to pause, I'm going to lean in, and I'm going to really do the work. I hope you choose to be all in. Otherwise, you should just drop off the call and do this on your own time. But 20 minutes to get this done is going to be quick, so you're going to have to stay with me, okay? We're going to go to actually page 2 first, okay? And the first thing we're going to do is in these fillables, we're going to write out, oh, this actually requires an edit. I just saw, Laura, if you're on, we need it. We're going to write 2 struggles or frustrations we have in each area of our lives, okay? So unfortunately, you have to start out with the negative, things that kind of piss you off or annoying or whatever, in order for us to identify where we might want to set goals, okay? So 2 frustrations about money might be, I'm paying too much money in taxes. I don't even know what my current budget is. My spouse and I don't have an agreement on, rules around our money, what we use the credit card for, the debit card for. I've got too much credit card debt. I'm frustrated with the interest rate I'm paying on my student loans. I don't know what my retirement plan is. I'm not sitting on enough reserves. I don't have enough of a float account. So I wrote in here that I don't have enough reserves. I normally sit on a lot more reserves, and it's been a tighter year. So that's something that frustrates me. I also put that I'm in between advisors. We're switching financial advisors. And so it feels annoying to be kind of drifting there. Those are the 2 things. And then on the right, you're going to put on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your money? 10 being like, I'm killing it. I have plenty of money. Life is good. 1 is like, I'm rubbing 2 pennies together and it's a real dire situation. So go ahead and rate that on a scale of 1 to 10. I put mine as a 7, and then we're going to move on. So 2 frustrations about work. When I filled this out a few weeks ago, I was in between time blocking. So I was trying to think about all the goals and all the different jobs and roles that I have. and what am I going to be doing between events and podcasts and coaching and meetings and one-on-ones. So I just didn't feel settled. Another thing was not being fully involved in my team with a clear plan for the Gifford team. It might be that you're working too many hours. It might be that you're not productive with your hours. It might be you don't have the right partners in place. The quality of your leads are off. You're not on a mission, whatever that might be. So write 2 frustrations there. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, go ahead and rate it. I gave myself a 7. And we're going to keep plowing. Hopefully you've got 4 together. So don't overthink it. Whatever comes to your gut, do it. The more important thing is you're getting the exercise and the habit of digging within and actually having the awareness. It's more important than actually coming up with the best answers. Okay. So self, what are 2 frustrations about yourself? This could be, gosh, I've had a negative mental attitude lately, or I've been super impatient with my family or my children, or, I've gained those 15 pounds that are driving me crazy, or I've been carrying around more anxiety. I'm not breathing. I'm not feeling the peace I want to feel. I've gotten out of the habit of going to bed on time. I'm staying up too late. 2 things that frustrate you about yourself, and then rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. I put that I'm not practicing my Spanish. I've not been speaking enough Spanish this year. All right, friends, 2 frustrations with our friends. I put no regular calls or regular or even random. So I'm really great with friendships when I'm face to face, and then I'm just not somebody who's good with the regular continued connection. So that's something I want to work on. I have distance with my Spain friends as well. I haven't been good at staying connected. Maybe you're not having enough guys' nights or a guys' trip or a girls' weekend or a book club, or maybe you haven't put yourself out there to make any new friends in a while. You haven't put focus on that. Maybe you have a rift with a friend, or you've fallen apart, or just gotten very distant. All right, rank your friend life on a scale of 1 to 10. The next one, love life. This one's always funny because some people get 1 as a frustration if they're single. I've put many things over the years, one being like not enough quality time, or not showing love languages. If you've ever read the book, The 5 Love Languages, not going enough dates. I put dinner dates with other couples. Gail and I have been better about being together this year. Last year, my frustration is we didn't go anywhere alone together. It was like COVID times for 3 years, family stuff, always him and I never had our alone time. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your love life? By the way, when you're doing this, listen to your own mental chatter, by the way. If you're saying stuff to yourself like, gosh, that's a 2, that's a 4, this is a 3, you're basically beating yourself up all the time going, I suck, I suck, I suck. And if that's the case, I want to ask you a question very directly. How's that working for you? Is that inspiring you? Is that making you feel awesome? Is that attracting good, positive vibes, people, and change into your life? How harsh are we being on ourselves, you guys? Now, let's not live it in, la la land and say, oh, everything's great, it's a 10. That's also crap, right? But I guarantee all of you that are showing up and participating and you're part of the guild team, you don't suck, okay? No, absolutely not. All right, the last one is spirituality. What are 2 things that frustrate you with your spiritual life? You don't have to be religious to have a spiritual life. For me, I haven't been reading spiritual texts lately. I really like reading spiritual texts, but it's something that I've kind of fallen off on. And also for me, a time in silence. And the other thing is my kids, we haven't really brought them to church or really brought them into faith. And we're both spiritual people. And so it's something that we've got to change. My kids are almost 10 and 13. So you should now have 14 frustrations. 2, 4, 6, 7. And you should
Can you
have
share
them
your screen again, Shay?
ranked. Yes. I haven't been typing with you because I've been talking too much, but like it should look like this, whatever that looks like. Okay. I didn't have this accurate. I think I put my friends as a 6. So this is what it looks like. It should have the typing all the way through. I want you to answer this bottom question. Which area do you want to focus on most and why? So now that you've just looked at all these frustrations, the score that you gave it, go ahead and fill out here and write that out. Okay. And if we're in person, I'd have you guys share, but we're going to just keep rolling because we're doing this quickly. Now what you're going to do is scroll up to page 1, and we are going to chart this, okay? Now, I've never done this on a fillable, so let me check this out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the middle box is considering 1. So if you rate your money a 5, you would count up 2, 3, 4, 5, and select that for the money. If you rated your work a 7, you would count that up 7 spaces and click it. And the goal is to kind of chart the different areas of your life around the circle, okay? Laura, you did an awesome job making this a fillable PDF. So cool. Okay, and as you get your dots kind of going around, imagine that you are connecting those with a line and you have some sort of a shape coming together. So looking at mine here, and I just kind of faked it out to see it, mine kind of looks like an amoeba. Some people might have a situation that looks like this, and it looks kind of like a flat tire. Some people might have a star. Put in the chat, what do you think your shape looks like? Is it a circle? Is it an oval? Is it a Pac-Man? I see several of my team on here that's already done this. It's good for you to redo it again. Rectangle-ish. Ooh, a circle. Nice, David. A kidney. I've never heard that one. That's good. 2 kidneys, a wand. Okay. How many of you kind of looks like a circle, but maybe it's not as big as you'd like it to be? Maybe it's a smaller circle. I remember the first time mine kind of looked like a circle. That was like the most unbelievable moments. Like, whoa! And so I've been doing this literally for 10 years. And what I will tell you, I promise if you do work like this over and over and over and over again, you figure out pieces and hacks and habits and behaviors that allow you to live the life that you want to live. Like, what does your ideal spiritual life look like? If you were killing it, if you were on fire in your friendships, what does that look like? If your family life was on fire and like, oh, it's just amazing, what would that look like? When I first did this, I had never really cast a vision for my life. I never really thought about that, but I all of a sudden am ranking it. So I'm comparing it to something. So this is just a really amazing exercise for so many different things of kind of doing that inward work, of getting an awareness. And then now what we're going to do is go to page 3. You can come back and fill out what's your biggest aha. My biggest aha this year was that my circle's gotten a little smaller because the economy and business is tougher. I feel as in control, healthy, and balanced as I've ever felt, but acknowledge I must keep my focus, and it's a season of building. It is a season of building. We can build whatever we choose to build. So now we're going to go to page 3, and now we're going to write out 2 goals for every area of our life, and we're going to do this in 9 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to money. Think about the 2 things that frustrated you about your money. Maybe it was credit card debt. So you're going to say something specific like, I will pay $200 a month toward my credit card. I will cut all my credit cards in half or put them in a bag and freeze them in my freezer so it's really hard to get to. I will take my credit card out of Amazon and disable the buy now button. I will do a budget every single month. I will meet with my financial advisor once a quarter. I will work up a retirement plan. I will get a trust or will established. Put down 2 goals for your money. Okay, 2 goals for work. What are 2 things around work? Mine was nailing down my time blocks based on my business plan and goals. And same, write a business plan for the Gifford team so I know exactly how to focus and execute. Make sure it's measurable. Don't say something like do more. Do more prospecting. It's not measurable. It needs to say prospect for 1 hour every single day. Find an accountability partner to do it with. Sign up for Elevate coaching and be an all-in student that always has my homework done. Show up to work every day by 9 a.m. at the latest. All right, 2 self goals. My number 1 self goal was up at 5:45 a.m., work out 3 times a week, journal and prep when I wake. I will weigh 140 pounds and have 22% body fat. My other one is mindful eating. I stand around and snack too much. When I'm cooking, I'm eating the whole time. I still haven't done so well on this goal yet. For all of you, I've already shared it too. Mindful eating. All right, 2 friendship goals. What are 2 friendship goals? One of mine, I said, pick 7. Do a monthly lunch, chat, or play. I went to pick 7 and I needed to pick 10, actually. But I moved them over to my favorites and I'm working on some girlfriend trips. So I've gotten started on that. I also put 2 trips with family friends. So doing more traveling with other families. How are we doing? Put your hands in the air if you guys are with me. Have you gotten 8 goals? You got the first segments done?
Shay,
Who needs more time?
I'm not allowed to interject more than twice. I'll call that. But I would advise everybody to talk to your spouse or an accountability partner about this. Like my 10,000, 2,000. I'm a B plus right now since doing this a couple of weeks ago. 10,000 steps, 2,000 calories. And my kids are holding me accountable. Dad, get out of the fridge now.
Get out of the fridge, Dad. You told us you wanted 10 and 2. I like it. Yeah. I think, something important though you're saying, Andy, and somebody said it on a coaching call today, was that we do need to get buy-in for everything we do. So if your goal is to run 3 marathons or to become a Taekwondo champion, and that's going to require X amount of hours commitment, you've got to get buy-in from your family to do that. Or if you say, look, I'm going to pump up my volume this year from 15 million to 40 million, and this is what it's going to take. It's going to take being late night at the office 3 nights a week because I got to go to networking events and host events and blah, blah, blah. Get the buy-in, and then you won't feel guilty because everybody's clear on the goal and the why and what has to happen. So they're really important. All right, next one is a family. What are 2 family goals that you have? I'm fighting to keep nightly family dinner. Even if my kids are like squirreling all over the place or putting their feet on the table or screaming or, one likes the food, one doesn't. It's a wreck, but nightly family dinner, it's a goal. I put quarterly core family time. One of my frustrations is I don't see my dad enough. So quarterly, I'm going to make sure that happens. All right, love life. Some people put do a date night once a week. Do one alone trip, book our anniversary, do something special. Journal every day or find one way to bring my partner's love language. There may be a gifter, do a special gift once a week, even if it's handwritten note or a cute little paperweight. I put 2 alone trips. Yeah, we're keeping it PG this time. 2 alone trips. It's your call, Andy. It's not my call, so I'll keep it PG. Last year, Gail and I hadn't traveled alone, so I'd put 4 alone trips that we would go away 4 times, and we end up going away 7 times in 2023. So it's amazing when you set a goal, what is possible. All right, and then spirituality. What are 2 spiritual goals you might have? I put read 4 spiritual texts. So I'm sharing this goal a lot, and I'm asking people for stuff. I want my kids to go to a great church camp this summer. So if any of you live around my area and you know of a good church camp, send it to me. This is one thing that's important about sharing your goals with people, is they will help you achieve them. It's pretty unbelievable. I'll share this stuff about nightly dinners, and people come tell me how they were able to do it raising their kids. It's so helpful. All right, and the very bottom, the most important thing, we have 3 minutes, which is like an eternity, is to go through these 14 goals and to pick 3. You only get to pick 3. What are the 3 you're going to be on fire for in Q1? That you would look back at the end of Q1 and go, wow, I did that. I stuck to it. I believe in myself. I'm capable. Holy cow, these are the important things. What are 3 things that you're going to work on for Q1?
While you're typing, again, accountability. If any of you want to involve me on your goals, I'm happy to help, and vice versa.
And we can hold you, Andy, to 10,000 and 2,000.
2000. One gentleman on this call once told me I want to be on the tennis court by 5 and help my daughter get through med school. I bring that up every month. Are you on the tennis court by 5? The answer is yes.
All right, type in the chat if you have a goal you want to share out of your 3 goals. What's a goal that you're excited about? Sometimes it's most fun to actually hear someone else's goal and go, oh, that's one I want to do. I didn't think of that. I'm showing you my
Any
3 on the
volunteers?
screen.
Blazek, any volunteers, Blazek? You know of any volunteers?
I'll let you guys go. I will add one, Sheila. On mine, I've got to read. I used to read a lot more, so to read at least 5 novels a quarter. I used to read much more than I currently do.
5 novels a quarter. I like that. Okay,
Andy,
Lori, Lori, thank you for putting one in the chat. This is not a SMART goal. It's got to be measurable. Going to bed earlier does not count. So you could say Monday through Thursday, I will go to bed by 10:45. It's got to be very specific, guys. Rosalia, time block daily to be able to go to home earlier. All right, I will have a firm go home time. 3 days a week, I will be out of the office by 6 p.m. Spirituality, I want to get back to a prayer journals 5 days a week. Beautiful. Lori, go to bed by 11. Way to go, girl. Trisha, family, get back to Guam and see family before I turn 36 in June. Very specific. Nice job, Trisha. All right, 1 or 2 more and we're done. Anybody else want to share? It makes you more accountable if you share it.
Blazek.
You already picked on Blazek. All right, was this helpful? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you come up with some goals that got you excited?
Yes, everybody get
By
off
the way,
big.
You could take this and do this, teach this exact class to real estate agents. I think one of the troubles with staying motivated and getting motivated is we aren't connected to our personal why, to our personal goals. When we get excited about a goal that gets us on fire, we tend to do better in all areas of our life. It's when we're feeling kind of drifty. It's when we're feeling a little stuck. It's when we're feeling like beaten down by life that everything is harder. So use this, take it, and teach it. Teach it at your church. Teach it to your agents. Teach it to your team. The more people we can serve with this, the better. Thank you for having me do this, Andy.